Are you wondering what happened in digital marketing this week? Then you're in the right place because I have all of this week's top news stories, including the latest news around ChatGPT ads, another amazing AI image creation tool update, and much more. I'm Danny Collin with Ignite Visibility, and let's dive right in. We've been talking about OpenAI bringing ads to ChatGPT for quite a while now, starting as just a test to a select few with no clear date on their launch. But huge news, it's happening, and these ChatGPT ads are now being seen, and major players like Best Buy, AT&T, Pottery Barn, and Expedia are already testing the waters. What do they look like? The ads feature prominent brand Favicon and a clear sponsored label, so they're easy to spot. But if you want in, prepare to open your wallet. Reports show OpenAI is charging premium rates up to a $60 CPM with a $200,000 minimum buy-in. If that's too steep, partners like Shopify are offering testing through shop campaigns. So how do they work? AI ad intelligence firm Athena analyzed over 1,500 prompts and found that most ads trigger on the very first query, especially if users include high-intent modifiers like best or new. For example, what is the best new phone? Keyword triggers in AI search are starting out relatively simple and focused on commercial intent. This is a brand new medium for our search strategy, so keep a close eye on early adopters. In more AI news, Nano had a pro version released last November, if you remember, that I personally thought brought the AI image creation landscape to a completely new level, producing better AI images than I'd ever seen. Well, Google just announced yet another update. They're rolling out Nano 2, bringing us the advanced world knowledge, quality, and reasoning we love in Nano Pro, but at lightning fast speed. Nano 2 is being rolled out across Google Ads, Search, and the Gemini app, and this new model combines advanced intelligence with incredible speed, featuring real-time web grounding to render specific subjects accurately. The biggest upgrades? Flawless 4K outputs, cleaner in-image text perfect for infographics, and the ability to maintain up to 14 objects and 5 characters consistently in a single workflow. If you're not already trying out this tool, you're missing out on efficiency. With Nano 2, you can now generate, test, and iterate production-ready campaign assets in just minutes instead of days. If you run Google Ads, this cuts creative time and costs drastically as well. Not getting great renderings? Well, improve your input. That's my biggest tip. The better the input, the better the output. Moving into Google Ads, there's a new hurdle for getting account support. Advertisers are seeing a new authorization button that grants a Google Ads specialist permission to make changes to your account. The fine print is critical here. Google guarantees no results, and you assume all risks for changes that they make. You're handing over the keys, but you're still keeping all of the accountability. Proceed with caution. Are sitemaps losing their SEO power? Maybe. For years, SEOs have sworn by valid sitemaps, but on a recent Reddit thread, an SEO professional complained about their perfectly configured sitemap returning a couldn't fetch error. Google's John Mueller chimed in with a reality check. If Google's not convinced that there's new and important content to index, it won't use that sitemap. This means that a perfect technical setup means nothing if your content isn't valuable. Google is prioritizing quality over infrastructure. No surprise there. Let's move into some social media platform updates. If you think TikTok is just a fad, Amplify's 2026 Social Media Benchmarks report will prove you wrong. Brands are growing faster on TikTok than anywhere else. The median follower count for brands on TikTok grew over the last year from under 20,000 to 65,000. Meanwhile, follower growth on Facebook, X, and YouTube remained flat. TikTok also is dominating organic reach and engagement. So if you want organic social media growth, TikTok is currently your best bet. Meta Ads just announced big updates to its graph and marketing APIs. The headline here is that by June 2026, Meta is replacing its legacy reach metric with a new page viewer metric. This will provide a consistent cross-platform measurement of how many people actually saw your content across Facebook and Instagram. If you use third-party apps to manage meta ads, especially Advantage Plus, make sure your tools are updated to these new standards immediately so your campaigns don't break. For brands in the parenting space, Pinterest's first ever parenting trend report is a goldmine. One of the biggest takeaways is parents are desperately looking for off-screen entertainment. Searches for screen-free activities are up over 200%, educational activities are up 280%, and family trip vision boards skyrocketed to 545%. Furthermore, 64% of parents use Pinterest monthly to research products before buying. This shows parents are actively using Pinterest at the bottom of the funnel. So if your brand serves families and you aren't on Pinterest, you are leaving money on the table. Check that out. Two major reports this week paint a clearer picture of today's consumer. First, Marketing Dive found that nearly 40% of US consumers are exclusively buying items on sale or using discount codes. Economists are calling the 2026 customer functional but fragile. At the same time, a Get Response survey showed that 67% of loyal customers feel brands value new customers more than existing ones. Loyalty program members are frustrated by points expiring too quickly, slow reward earning, and generic unpersonalized offers. This is shocking as marketers know it costs more to acquire a new customer than it is to keep an old one. In a shaky economy where everyone is hunting for deals, you need to audit your loyalty program. Give your current customers a reason to stay before a competitor's discount code lures them away. To stay ahead of the growing global child safety laws, tech giant Apple is introducing a brand new suite of age verification tools. What makes this interesting is the privacy angle. The tools estimate a user's age range without actually needing to access personal information like their exact date of birth. Once the age range is determined, the device automatically blocks sites and downloads that are deemed not child-friendly. This update is already available in Brazil, Australia, and Singapore, and Apple is actively developing features to comply with strict new state laws in places like Utah and Louisiana. So if your target demographic includes kids or teenagers, your content and website must meet these new kid-friendly thresholds. If they don't, you risk being completely blocked at the device level before a user even has a chance to see your brand. That is it for this week's news. Drop any questions you may have in the comments, and we will catch you next week.